Hi, I'm Pigg with Vettec, and you're watching 2 Minutes with Tab. Today we're going to be talking about trimming. Today's trim is just for a barefoot. We're not setting them up for shoes. We're just going to go in and take what we need to get this guy leveled up and get rid of any exfoliated sole that needs to come out. First thing I'm going to do is get in here, pick this foot out, see what kind of stones or rocks. I don't want to put my knife in there and take a chance on chipping it. Let's get all that sawdust and manure out. Take an overall evaluation of the foot while I'm doing this. So you can see this frog is atrophied. It's sucked down in the foot. I think that's coming from all this bar standing up and not allowing that frog to come in contact with the ground. We can see that it's just sinking. So my goal is to get all this trash off the back of the frog, and that's all it is, it's trash. It's not doing the foot any good, so let's get rid of it. We'll get that cleaned up. I'm gonna come in here and kind of find what's exfoliated sole and what's good sole. I'm gonna come back in this outside heel. I'm gonna chip away at that overgrown bar. That bar's laying up on sensitive sole. So my goal is to move that back over and get those bars in a straighter line. Remember, the bars are part of the extension of the hoof wall. And if they're not in a straight line, they're not doing their job. So we've got to get all that back to its point of origin. And that way, the bars are actually doing what they're meant to do. You can see here, I'm going to draw lines to where the bars and how they run parallel to the frog. They take on the same shape of the frog. So it's important that they're back where they belong. So let's go in here, find my trim line. I'm not getting into any live foot. I'm just taking exfoliated foot. Because remember, this horse is going to be barefoot. I don't want to over-pare anything. So now I've got an overall shape of the foot. I can see my coffin bone here. I'm going to leave that sole. I don't want to take that out because that's there to protect the bottom edge of that coffin bone. So let's leave it in place. So we'll do our nipper run. Get this cleaned up a little better because it's harboring stuff back there behind the central sulcus of the foot. So let's get that cleaned up, get all that trappy stuff out of the way. Okay, let's drop this foot down, take a look at it. You notice I'll let this foot hang to the inside of this horse. He's had a shoulder injury, and I don't want to pull him out because when we pull him out, that's going to give us a distorted view of where he lays and hangs his foot. So I'm going to let him fall inside. You see he's a little high on that outside heel. So when I make my nipper run, I'm going to go ahead and take that out on that, and that way it cuts down on the amount of rasping. So I'll just make a light little run. His horse doesn't have a lot of foot. He lives in a really hard abrasive area, so I'm leaving him quite a bit of foot. I know on video it looks like I'm really taking a lot. I'm not. This is minimal for this horse. We'll make it up the outside of the foot. He's got a lot of high spots here, but remember he's high on that outside heel, so I'm going to take that off right here, level him up, and that should put his bone column in pretty good line. We'll just keep taking that. Now I've got him pretty level. I'm just going to take my rasp and get rid of all the high spots. Not really worried about any low spots. But you notice when I'm rasping, I'm only hitting the hoof wall. I'm staying off my sole. I'm not taking any more sole than I absolutely have to. Got my flat spots, or my high spots gone. We got a nice flat foot. Take a little bit of the seed of corn out. That's pressuring that sensitive sole, so we want to take that out of there. That's pretty much it for the trim. So all I'm doing here is just finishing up. Got a little high spot here at the point of the frog. I'm taking it out to give that some relief. That's pretty much it for the basic trim. So now we've got all this dirt and rock piled up inside that white line. I'm just going to go in here and relieve that a little bit. And notice I'm staying in the wall. I'm not getting into the sole. Remember, the sole's thin enough. We don't need to thin it anymore. So I'm just going to give a little relief here, like that. Take my nail, dig that impaction out, because that impaction is going to want to keep going up the hoof wall. We don't want that to happen. And I'll leave this nail with the owner. She can pick these feet out every day. And that's all I'm going to do to the bottom of this foot. Now, to keep the chipping to a minimum, radiuses don't chip. So what I do is, I come in and give it a big 45. Oh, buddy. You don't want sharp edges on the bottom of the foot. You want a round edge. Nothing sharp. And when we do this, that will minimize the amount of breakage on the outside of the foot. This is how I trim a foot for barefoot. A little bit more foot would have come off for shoes, but other than that, that's an everyday trim for me. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.